Crystal Pharaoh here, and today we're going to meditate with a pyromorphite. This pyromorphite came from a really important claim in China and is one of the best colored pyromorphites that you can get on the planet today. While pyromorphites come from all over the world, including there's really nice ones in Australia, but they're more of a rich, earthy, orangey, reddish, brownish color, where this Chinese find has this really beautiful apple green color that is highly sought after in collectors. One of the reasons why I chose to buy this pyromorphite was because this one, when I looked at its face, I could see the green man. I'm a big collector of crystals where I can see the face in the crystal because I believe that when it has that face, you get a higher quality of meditation. That crystal has a little bit more of a spirit or an active being within it, and they're just cool to look at. And if you ever wanted to resell it, people like seeing faces in crystals. In folklore, the green man represents earth, vines, and nature. A lot of people, when they do grounding meditations, they imagine the vines and the roots of the plants growing out of the earth and up their legs to have that really grounding, earthly experience. Now, while something like your black tourmaline, when you meditate with it, while it is a grounding crystal, it's really much more of a protective crystal. So when you meditate with more of a grounding energy like the green man, you're going to feel like more of that current and connection into the earth and feel even a little bit more settled than if you meditated with a black tourmaline. This has been sitting on my shelf for 10 years. I haven't meditated with it a lot lately, so I'm very excited to share with you what happens when we do meditate with it together. If you are lucky enough to have a piece of pyromorphite at home, please put it in your hand and follow along at home. Or if not, that's okay too. The experience I share with you, you'll be able to get information and findings for yourself too that will help with your spiritual development. I'll teach you things as we go. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to explain the feelings and sensations rushing through my body that the pyromorphite creates. I'll also channel communication and share what I'm hearing with you as well. Sometimes the crystal have messages for everyone. And also I can create visions in my mind that I can vividly describe to you. And I'll also put cinematic AI over the top so you can see what I'm seeing as well. And while all that's happening, you'll learn deeply spiritual practices. I'll give you really hot tips for what you can do at home. And you'll also have the opportunity to leave comments, which I'll respond to. And I really look forward to meditating with you and this Chinese pyromorphite. Let's go. Now, the first thing I do when I meditate with all crystals is I like to visually connect with the crystal. So I'll start looking at all these spikes and spires that are peering out of it. I'll see that green man's face. It's quite a lustrous little crystal, so I'm just watching the light dance off it. Even looking at the back of it and seeing where all those formations and clusters come together. It kind of even, to a degree, is like grass growing out of the ground. Pyromorphite's an iron-rich mineral, so it's actually deceivingly much heavier than it looks. As I'm looking at it, I feel this connection snap into place. And especially with this one, because I'm looking at the face of the green man staring back at me, there's a really deep connection that's already created. The next thing I like to do is to take 3 deep breaths in and breathe out, transferring my energy into the crystal. And then next time I breathe in, I'll transfer the energy and imagine the energy of the pyromorphite coming into me. And I do that 3 times. And on the 3rd breath in, I could really feel that starting to connect within my body. The next thing I do to start meditating with a crystal is I'll hold it up to one of my chakra points. Instinctively, the pyromorphite's a green color. It wants to go straight to my heart. You can put it either straight on your chest, or I like to hold it just a little bit out. And what I do is when I hold that out from my chest, I imagine the energy of the crystal going inside my body and behind me. And I also imagine my energy going out and past the crystal, so they actually exchange places. So while I'm holding it there, my energy is coming out and its energy is coming in. It creates this really strong connection. I'm really starting to feel an intensity in my heart at the moment. It's kind of like, if you're not familiar with that feeling, sometimes it can feel a little bit alarming, like, ooh, am I having a heart attack? Is the heart's really torsioning and pounding? But because I've worked with my heart chakra a lot, I understand and I notice what that feeling is. So I've just been breathing and meditating with this for about a minute, which I've cut out. It wasn't showing me anything, it wasn't telling me anything, but I was slowly building and feeling the energy become more intense. I'm feeling that energy in this green color filling my auric field, and I'm really feeling it coming up my legs as well. And as I'm feeling it coming up the legs, it's really pouring out of my body and into that subtle layer. So heart's known for sensitivity outside of the body, and I'm really tuning into that now with the pyromorphite. There's no other messages right now in the heart chakra space, so I'm going to do what I like to do, which is start with the crown and then work all the way down through my chakras one at a time, sharing with you what happens as we go. Wow, I feel this upwards and outwards fountain of energy. Not a big, huge, expansive one, but it's quite narrow around my sort of subtle layer. And it's that green energy coming out and around. So it feels like it's pulling the earth energy all the way up through my feet, through the heart, up here. And it's like a little sprinkler coming out the top of my head. I'm going to come down now to my third eye. I don't get a lot of feeling here, and rightfully so. There's a green stone. It's typically related to the heart. So let me bring it down a little bit further. I like to slowly scan my face. I am getting a lot around this jaw. If you've watched previous videos, you know that I do have quite a tight, tense, anxious jaw. So I'm feeling a really nice, calm, soothing energy as I put it around there. And I kind of feel like scrubbing at my jaw here, like it's, you know, trying to get a bit of grit off your frying pan. Yeah, that's really good. Now that that's happened, I can feel all the way down to my stomach. So while I'd normally go heart, solar plexus, I'm going to come straight down to my stomach because I trust that intuition. I trust that feeling of where to take it next. There's not always a perfect protocol and system and structure, and as your skills develop, you'll be able to follow your intuition as well. Wow, it is doing a lot in there. It feels like my stomach, my intestines are like, you know, that spaghetti or drain. Actually, it's more like a drain. And it feels like it's clearing out my intestines. Wow, it's actually quite a strong, intense. It's a warm feeling, but it feels quite tight, like it's being squeezed. And it's going back and forwards through there. Oh, I'm just going to breathe with that for a little bit and I'll cut back in a moment. Okay, as it's been clearing here for about 20 or 30 seconds, it's starting to give me a channeled message straight away to share. And what it's saying is that your gut has a big connection to your body and how you feel. I'm someone that probably doesn't look like it, but for the past 3 or 4 years, I've been dealing with inflammatory arthritis throughout my body. That's my knees, my feet, my elbows, my joints, sometimes my jaw. And while I was able to get off the medication that the doctors put me on, I had to radically change my diet, and it started through fasting. And as I'd fasted for 7 days, just having water, all my inflammation in my body went down. And then when I started eating again after 7 days, it all came back up, which led me to a total elimination diet. And I spent the last 12 months plus kind of going through a phase of reintroducing foods. And this isn't for everyone, but for me, I eliminated everything except for protein. So on a mainly carnivore-based diet, which can be very boring and a little bit intense. Over the last probably 6 months, I've been able to sort of reintroduce things periodically, but there's a very distinct message here for me today around my gut. And it is that it's still not in the most healthy state. The message is telling me I need to do more of a gut cleanse again and some more fasting. Not 7 days, probably a 3-day fast. Well, not probably. So you got to catch yourself saying words here. You got to trust that instinct and intuition coming through you. It is do a 3-day fast, potentially once every month. So that may not necessarily be a message for you, but if you are dealing from inflammatory arthritis or joints that are swollen, that could be a message for you. As I'm feeling this, the gut does feel a lot cleaner. I feel a little bit lighter. I'm feeling it in that subtle layer that's outside my body. It's starting to glow and illuminate and tingle. And as I bring it down here, down, down, down towards my base chakra, even though this is a green stone and typically you relate a green stone with your heart, this one really works on that base chakra as well. And I'm feeling it in the bottom of my feet, definitely connected in with the core of the earth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to imagine my heart center and the core of the earth to merge to one. So I'm going to imagine the core of the earth is like a lava ball, and I'm going to connect with it and feel the warmth of that connection through the bottom of my feet. And I'm going to visually imagine that to be like the roots of a plant growing around that lava marble, which then energizes all the roots with that life force energy all the way up. And just, I'm not even deeply visualizing it, just with my eyes open, I'm really now starting to feel that coming all the way up to my stomach. And I'm going to leave it there to heal for a while. I'm going to breathe a few more times into that and dial up the intensity so I can feel it stronger and stronger. Beautiful. And ironically, I don't know, I'm not sure if you can hear this or not, but my neighbor's outside now mowing their lawn, so that's the green man in nature looking after the plants and keeping everything looking nice and tidy. Snapping back into it, that energy is tingling in my legs. It's like someone slapped my skin over and over and I can feel it tingling and glowing. It's like that throughout my entire body. It's kind of like, the sensation is like if you're eating like those sour lollies, that tingling in your mouth and on your tongue. I'm feeling that throughout my legs, especially around my shins and down. The next thing I'm visualizing is to bring this back up to the heart now, and to take that lava core of the earth, that glowing yellow orb, and bring that all the way back up, and to center that into my heart space now, so that I'm merging it into one. I'm now holding the core of the earth inside my heart. I'll tell you what, it feels actually really quite beautiful. The intensity that was in my heart at the beginning, where I was feeling like that torsion, constriction of pain there, is now really calm and alleviated. But I'm feeling a really beautiful, wide open chest. Feels quite nice. So while I'm gonna let that formulate and settle there, I'm gonna bring this down to solar plexus. The solar plexus definitely does have a little bit of a softening. I am someone with a strong solar plexus, so it's bringing that kind of nurturing, naturey warmth and care, which kind of feels really good. Down to the stomach. I feel like I need to come back with this pyromorphite and just lay on the ground and meditate with it on my stomach for like 45 minutes to an hour in its own meditation, but for the sake of just continuing with the messages, I'll continue down. Now with the pyromorphite down at my sacral, I'm imagining my hips, and I'm imagining where the leg bones come down and connect. This energy coming and sharing down through the ground. And I'm going to do the visualization from the Green Man grounding meditation now, and you can close your eyes and do it yourself at home too. And imagine that your legs are under the earth, and your body's buried all the way up to your waist. And all the tree roots are growing around like vines around your legs. Oh, it feels really cool. It feels very damp actually. And what I'm gonna do is, because it feels damp, it shouldn't feel damp necessarily, but I'm gonna imagine those vines growing around my legs are sucking that moisture out of my legs, because your bones should be dry. And as I'm visualizing that, it kind of feels like it's alleviating a lot of that inflammation and fluid out of my body. I hadn't thought this was where this meditation was going, so I didn't really check how inflamed my legs were before and after, but it definitely feels like it's coming down. I'm going to breathe here for a couple of minutes and I'll fast forward. Yeah, that feels really good. Okay, so that's a little quick meditation with the vines to ground, pulling some of that fluid out of my body. Now, typically in these meditations, I'd finish by putting that crystal down and picking up a black tourmaline, which helps ground all of the learnings into my body and my field so I can remember them for later and gives that layer of protection. But what's happening now is the crystal's telling me that I should be placing this on my heart, placing this down at my base, and just connecting the two between the base. So sending the energy up from the earth all the way up to my heart. And then as I breathe out, breathing my heart love energy down towards my base and into the earth. I'm going to continue that breathing. I'm starting to feel a real glow of joy and smiling coming over my face and my heart. Wow, that feels really quite energizing actually. It feels really energizing. So I'm going to finish this meditation off by putting the black tourmaline back down. And I'm going to finish this off by asking the pyromorphite and the green man what message it would like to share with you at home. We're here on this earth and we need to respect nature. Be proud of your space, bring plants into your home, keep tidy your garden, admire nature, for nature is an ecosystem that helps support our life. There's beauty in the green, there's beauty in the life that is plants. Put some crystals in your plants. If you've got pot plants in your bedroom, put a little crystal inside it, a little quartz or anything. They really love that. And there's a real powerful message about Earth is regenerating at the moment. So while it might feel like we're going through a lot of intensity and media telling us all this crazy stuff, in actual fact, the Earth is regenerating. The jungles, the forests, the trees. So get out into nature, take some deep breaths. If you get the chance to work with a pyromorphite, definitely do it. I would never have thought at the start of this meditation that it would be giving me a big gut cleansing, but that's where it went. And that's the beauty of these real-time meditations, is that they could just absolutely go anywhere. I believe that crystals open portals to different dimensions and frequencies of energy that's here to support us through these transformational times. Spend more time with your crystals, feel that energy, and remember, rock on.